Coming up on Cardinals Insider, the player's dad hit the road.
What we just saw there was pretty cool because it doesn't happen every day.
Plus, Donovan learns how to pronounce some St. Louis streets.
De Perez.
And later, see the third part of our series as Lars Nootbaar designs a custom bobblehead.
We'll have 2 arms, I'm assuming,
yes.
when we get that? Okay, we'll have 2 arms.
All that and more on a new Cardinals Insider. Welcome to Cardinals Insider. I'm Ozzie Smith. A few weeks ago, the guys had the opportunity to bring their fathers on a road trip, from traveling on the plane to taking batting practice before a game. Dad's weekend in Minnesota was a special weekend. Here's the manager summing up what fathers mean to a baseball journey.
I do want to take a second before all the dads head back out to the hotel and then come to the game tonight. What we just saw there was pretty cool because it doesn't happen every day, man. Seeing you guys running around with your dads, hippie peas, some running faster than others. It was cool to watch just the joy that it brings whenever we get to do this together. It was cool to watch. My dad wasn't able to be here. He was on his way, but some medical stuff happened. But here's what I want to say. You guys in this room do a really nice job of playing for the name in the front, but when I'm out there watching you guys, I do want to remind you on a day like this, that name on the back matters, because for a lot of you guys, it's where you came from, what shaped you and made you who you are today. But I do want to take a second and give you guys this version of my dad's story, because I think you'll be able to relate a little bit with it. My mom and dad, they were both from the DR, Dominican Republic. They had 2 businesses out there that they ran. They did a nice job with it. They had everything they needed, man. There's no reason for them to move to the States. They were surrounded by family, nice home, didn't have any needs. And I have 3 older brothers. They were all born in the DR, and one of them was being recruited to go play at one of the academies. And my dad made the decision that he wanted us to be able to pursue an education and still pursue our dream, and the way he wanted to do that was here in the States. And my dad was successful, and he knew if he made this decision, it meant he was going to have to work labor for the rest of his life. Picks up the family. We moved to not the greatest neighborhood in Miami, and for as long as I can remember, this man would walk through the door at night once it was dark, covered in paint, covered in cement, covered in all types of stuff, and with a smile on his face. Never complained once. Never. And I think the reason is he knew his why. And I think all of us have our version of that story. All right, all of you have sacrificed to whatever degree, whether it's the dads in this room, the stepdads, the mentors that were brought on this trip, whether it was when you were 5, just starting to play the sport, when it was 15, when you got to high school, 21 in college, your first year after the draft, or even 10 years into your career. When people were trying to place limitations on the men in this room, you guys reminded us that we have no limits if we put our minds to it. When the world was beating us up and telling us we're crazy for pursuing our dreams, you told us they had no place in defining our future. And for that, we're incredibly thankful.
St. Louis street names can be difficult to pronounce. We thought it would be fun to test Donovan with a few.
Some French culture in St. Louis. So I'm going to say Gravois Road. Gravois. De Perez.
De Pere.
Oh, come on. Oh, Lafayette. Daughtry Ferry Road.
No, it's Doherty Ferry.
Doherty. Oh. Spud Road.
Spady.
Okay, thank you. Crèvecoeur Road.
Crèvecoeur.
Potato. Chateau Ave.
Shoto.
What?
I think we're saying
Chateau. Bella Fontaine Road.
It's Belle Fountain.
Okay. Carondelet Ave.
Carondelet.
Are you just gonna say all of them are wrong? You're just gonna change the... Bop Road.
No, it's Bope.
There's no E on the end.
And straight ahead on Cardinals Insider, Newt sees clay molds of his bobblehead.
So these are hand done, so someone takes a tool and physically sculpts this.
That's right after the break. Lars Nootbaar has been designing a custom bobblehead all season long. From start to finish, the process takes over 6 months. The artist sent back a clay mold for Lars to review before he makes the final product in part 3 of our series.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
So you saw the sketch when you were with Emily down in spring training. Are you
Yes.
ready to see the sculpt?
I can't wait.
All right, so these are hand done. So someone takes a tool and physically sculpts this.
Okay.
So I can show you piece by piece first, and then I'll show you the process.
Okay.
This is the grass. And then this is the body. See
pretty
how it's
sweet.
hand done?
Yeah.
It's very detailed.
Oh
Look
yeah.
at
They even
that.
got the eye black on there. The tongue hanging out. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
And so they do it individually, and then they piece it together with glue at
That's
the end.
wild.
And here's a video of how it's done.
Okay. That's crazy.
I like whenever they get to the face, how detailed they can be.
It's unbelievable. That's wild.
What do you think?
That is pretty awesome. That's amazing. I can't believe they do it out of this soft mush and then turn it into this.
Yeah.
It's pretty unbelievable.
They did say that it's one of the very few bobbleheads they've ever made with a tongue sticking out like
Is that
this.
right?
Yeah. So I love that unique element we added.
Yeah, I think it's great. I like the eye black, the tongue hanging out, and then obviously the STL on the hat. That's pretty dang cool.
Yeah. Do you have any edits?
No, I mean, if I did, I'd be asking for a lot. I think they did a pretty great job on it. And we have the baseball in there too.
Yes, we do. Of course, you're making that catch.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
All right, the next step is the final day where we show you the final project in full color.
Okay, we'll have 2 arms, I'm assuming,
Yes.
when we get that? Okay, we'll have 2 arms. I think this turned out better than I could have ever expected it to, so I'm excited.
We've had fun with it too.
Awesome. I can't wait to see it in full color with 2 arms, ball and glove. I can't wait. It's going to be awesome.
And coming up, Kyle Gibson reflects on his favorite Cardinal memories. Stay with us.
No place takes you in depth with the Cardinals like our YouTube channel. Get to know the players, come along for one-of-a-kind experiences, and hang out with personalities from across Cardinals Nation. Plus, we capture the days and moments that make Cardinals baseball so special. Just search St. Louis Cardinals on YouTube and be sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. St. Louis Cardinals Baseball.
Although starting pitcher Kyle Gibson has only been on the team for 1 season, he's made many Cardinal memories on and off the field. Here's the latest installment of My Greatest Day as a Cardinal, presented by the Cardinals Yearbook.
Hey, this is Kyle Gibson, and my favorite memory as a Cardinal, even though it's been a short time, would probably be all the opening day festivities this year. I've heard about it. You know, being a visiting player, you hear home players talk about it. I've heard my wife's family talk about it a lot since they've lived in the area their whole lives. And opening day here at Busch Stadium is special. Seeing the Clydesdales go around, seeing the buzz in the stadium, and Cardinals fans, we know they're loyal. We know you guys are excited, and to be able to be a part of that opening day was really special this year.
Earlier this year, Nolan Arenado hit a walk-off grand slam. That was a big moment all on its own, but it was made even better by an organization-wide day of walk-off wins.
The High A Peoria Chiefs were down 2-1 in the bottom of the 9th when outfielder Darlene Moquete came up with 1 runner on.
He's homered in each of his last 3 games. Homer here would send everybody home. First pitch, driven to deep left field. Did he do it again? Yes, he did. Darlene Moquete hits one deep into the Peoria night.
In AA Springfield, utility player Noah Medlinger sent the fans home in extras.
The pitch from Suarez. Medlinger is swinging a bouncing ball over the head of Young into right field. This game is over. Lloyd comes in to score the winning run. The magic continues at Hammons Field. The Cardinals walk it off for the second straight night, and Noah Medlinger mobbed at first base.
Alfonso Rivas III came in clutch in AAA Memphis to walk it off in the 10th.
Elevated deep out to center, could be plenty deep enough. DeLoach under it, makes the catch. Throw to the plate, it's not in time. Alfonso Rivas, a walk-off sacrifice fly, and the Redbirds are back to 500.
And finally, in St. Louis, Nolan Arenado had an opportunity to cap off the night in grand fashion.
Swing and a drive, belted down the line. The ball is gone. What a grand finish in St. Louis tonight.
Still to come, some Cardinals alumni show local kids what it takes to be a ball player.
Well, getting to see these young people out having fun, being safe, being engaged with such caliber of baseball players is unbelievable, and I think it's the kind of thing that's important to the St. Louis community.
Cardinals Insider is a team effort, and that includes you. We'd love to hear from you. To get in touch with the show, head on over to cardinals.com/insider and click on the Contact Us tab. And while you're there, you can rewatch old episodes and check out our podcast too. Now we get a chance to see how good our hands are. It's all at cardinals.com/insider. Bank of America and the Cardinals work together to give some local kids a day of top-line coaching. Here's a look at their Cardinals Alumni Clinic.
Well, we are so excited to be here at Busch Stadium. This is our second year of the Play It Forward Clinic with Bank of America and the Boys and Girls Club of St. Louis. And it's a great opportunity for us to be able to bring together 40 kids that are around the ages of like 8 to 10 to be able to learn from some of baseball's greats in terms of different fielding, pitching, what other exercises that they can, and learn the fundamentals of baseball.
Well, the kids that are here today are part of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater St. Louis, in particular two of our locations, the Herbert Hoover Club, which is the site of the old Sportsman's Park, and the Matthews Dickey Club. So they're young people who are interested in baseball, and even those who aren't, because we want to make sure that we're exposing them to things that may perk their interest or give them an opportunity to see a different future for themselves.
So we've had a long-standing relationship with the Boys and Girls Club. I have to say it probably dates back at least the last 15 years or so. And what's really terrific about this organization is that it serves our youth in St. Louis, giving them an opportunity to be able to build some skills that they wouldn't necessarily have otherwise. The Boys and Girls Club is just such an important asset to our community because many of these young boys and girls that are part of the club need role models in their lives. They need an opportunity for adults and greats like some of the Cardinals that are here today to lean into them, to show that they care, and to really kind of pass on the skills that they've actually learned over the course of their careers to help these young kids.
Well, getting to see these young people out having fun, being safe, being engaged with such caliber of baseball players is unbelievable, and I think it's the kind of thing that's important to the St. Louis community to see and to support, because we know long term it's going to work out for the betterment of each and every boy and girl that's here today.
Cardinals Care donates grants to nonprofits across the St. Louis area. One of those grant recipients is Lit Shop, a unique place for girls to learn basic wood shop and other life skills. Take a look.
Lit Shop is a nonprofit. We provide after-school and summer programming for girls and gender-expansive youth ages 10 to 16 that combines hands-on building and making with literacy. The The Cardinals grant has been great for us. We've received it for the last 3 years. And it's been really great because, one, the Cardinals were one of the first organizations who decided to invest in Lit Shop, which is great. But specifically, a lot of the funding that the Cardinals have provided enabled us to make our shop what we want for our girls.
I really like the classes that I'm participating in, and I really like hanging out with the teachers. They're like amazing to work with. I've worked on building like little sensory items for schools around. We've also worked with a company to build ramps so people who are disabled or have trouble walking can get into their homes and actually go outside every now and then.
I think woodworking for sure. I really hold that one close to my heart. It's really like fun, especially as like female. It's not, females don't usually do that, but it's been so fun, and at Lit Shop it's such like just an open experience.
So the first grant that the Cardinals provided for us, we were still mobile and we weren't in our shop. And so it was really important for us to be able to safely bring tools, which means cordless tools. So our first grant from the Cardinals purchased a ton of cordless tools that are still in use in our shop today. Funding from the Cardinals allowed us to buy a set of iPads that we use for design, for writing, for content creation, just technology access for our girls. We love working with the Cardinals. It's a great organization. We love getting invited to go to games and things like that. The girls love it. It's just a great experience for us.
When we return, I'm answering one of your questions. It's Ask Ozzy, and it's up next. It's time for this week's Ask Ozzy. Justin in St. Peters, Missouri asks, what was the most challenging part about playing shortstop? Well, Justin, every day was different. Of course, anytime you're going away from first base or any base that you're going to throw to, that makes it tough. I always tried to prepare myself and make sure that I knew as much about the opposition as I possibly could. I wanted to know who was hot, who was not. But a lot had to do with our own pitcher, whether or not he was able to pitch to a scouting report. Because if a pitcher wasn't able to pitch to a scouting report, it didn't matter what position you played in. So I prided myself on being able to cover any mistakes that were made by my pitchers, and that was the way I went into every game. All of the infields that I played on were infields where guys had a lot of range. And I think one of the things that made us successful was that we always moved as a group. If one guy moved, the whole infield moved. So it was one of the things that I think that had a lot to do with how successful we were through the 80s. That's where the majority of balls are hit, and you want your most consistent players playing those positions, the guys with good hands. So center field, you always have to have speed to be able to cover the ground, and of course the battery, the catcher and the pitcher are very, very important to the whole thing. And then you add the second baseman and the shortstop to that defense, and hopefully it turns out to be a pretty good one. Thanks for the question, Justin. If you want to submit a question, head on over to cardinals.com/insider and click the Ask Ozzy tab. But for now, don't go anywhere. There's more Cardinals Insider after the break.
Feels like summer, feel like summer, feel like summer. Turn that door, chase the sun with you. So hit me with the light. We'll be alright. Long as it feel like summer, long as it feel like summer.
You ever wonder what animal you could wrestle? We decided to ask the guys on this week's Ask a Cardinal.
Ooh. Such a hard question. I've never thought about stuff like this. Maybe a dog? I don't know. Some dogs are really mean. I don't know.
A medium-sized dog? I don't want to go too big because you just don't know what you're going to get.
I can't even think of an animal right now. Like an antelope or something. Like some that's not, like, doesn't really want to hurt anything, just kind of goes about it, and I'd like sneak attack it.
Maybe like a deer with no horns. Horns is, that's a wild card. Maybe small antlers.
I'd love to say I could try to beat a kangaroo in boxing, but I probably wouldn't. I feel if I square a kangaroo up pretty good and get it, but those things hit hard, so I might be down for the count.
They're scary, they're jacked.
They are jacked.
The biggest animal, I'm trying to think of like mid-sized animals. Emu.
It's the first animal just popped in my head.
I was gonna say you have to catch it first, but you might actually be able to
Yeah,
catch
I might
it.
actually catch.
Coyote. I've seen the videos of people fighting coyotes.
I don't know, just depending on adrenaline, I would say bull. Yeah, I think that's the most reasonable.
I don't know, maybe like a pigeon or something.
Alligator to 6 feet.
People used to say that Adam Wainwright was a bulldog. He's an animal. 6'7", 250 pounds. But I think I could take him.
So you're gonna choose Adam Wainwright?
Adam Wainwright is my animal that I could take down. He's like, what, 56 now? So it's fine, you know? I just get him a little bit, wrestle him, and then take him down.
Any of them. Damn, give me a hippo right now. I'll knock him out right now.
Those are like the most deadly animals.
And I'm one of the most deadly humans walking this earth. And I want you to know that.
That's it for this episode. You can always catch us online at cardinals.com/insider or watch full episodes on YouTube. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you right back here next week.